Okay, well, for my poster, I stuck with three main colours, white, red and black. I use three colours to stick with my convention of a limited colour scheme, such as American Gangster. I wanted this to get the theme across of all gangster crime films to my demographic rather than using lots of colours to appeal to a kids' film. And another example is the one that we analysed through our seminar presentation where we analysed The Godfather. That poster only used white and black as well. And for my poster, one of my models looked directly into the camera to achieve the sense of breaking away from the character, because he's weak and indecisive, and throughout the film trailer we're going to get that across to the viewers. For my poster, it doesn't follow many conventions, and I created my own convention through this. So I didn't really use forms of real media products. But from feedback from my peers and teacher, I gave the poster a more urban look with the model standing in front of a black background. This was an altered look from the Goodfellas poster, where they had the streets in the poster as well. I didn't include any actors' names or release date within the poster, which challenges conventions, and I left out one of the main three characters. I left out the mistress, who is the main character. Maybe I should have given her an individual character poster, and it also kind of goes against feminism, which is a common convention within a gangster crime film. For our front cover for the magazine, my masthead I stuck to the top left-hand corner as other magazines such as Q. And sometimes I subverted and challenged the normal conventions of magazine and made my masthead go into the top to fit into other film magazines such as Empire and Total Film. This works well since people can clearly see the masthead and know what it is. For my magazine as well, I stuck to a limited colour scheme with red, white, black and blue. This is effective as it gives a continuity of a professional film magazine. However, if I could change it, I would use more colours because I'm not that creative, so I'd just use more. I also use sex sales in front of the magazine cover. I included the image of the mistress because this goes with our target audience, who is probably men and who are interested in gangster crime films. This has worked perfectly since the magazine that sells and makes money get it through sex selling basically. And I haven't really broke many other conventions within the magazine cover, which is something that I should have done, such as change the position of the masthead or use different cinematography, such as like a close-up rather than a mid-shot.
For my poster, during my research, I realised that most posters have their model facing the camera, but for mine, I broke the convention by having the model's back walking away, which links to the tagline as well, which don't follow lead, as he's walking away and making his own path. The colour of my poster is black and white, and red. My original poster was black and white, but from the audience feedback, I changed it to its original colour, which gives its naturalistic effects and kind of suits the genre as well. My main colours for my poster is red and white, which goes with the genre and follows the colour of my magazine as well. I put the actors' names at the top to state to the audience who's starring in the trailer, and I also put my own credits at the bottom. For my front cover, the masthead is in its original place. I was looking at other magazines such as Total Film, which I researched beforehand and used it as a guide to use my front cover and base it on that. My main image follows conventions of a normal magazine front cover, as my model is facing the front, which is good because the audience can see the main image as he's looking directly to the camera. The colours I used were yellow, red and white, which is red and white are the themes of the trailer, and white is bold and stands out alongside the yellow. I could have put the other main characters in for the audience to see who else is involved in the trailer, which I could have done.
For my poster, the title is at the top center of the poster. This subverts to the conventional poster because usually you see it at the bottom. I put it at the top because it should be the first thing that the viewer would see. My model is in the center of the poster, which conforms to most posters, but he is not looking at the camera. Instead, he is looking up. This subverts and could make the viewer ask the question, what is he looking at? The color of my poster, it is a silver background where the model is in black and red. The color of my poster consists of a silver background where the model is in black and is wearing a black suit with a red tie. Now, the black suit and the red tie stand out from the silver background as black is bold and will catch the viewer's eye. One thing that I would change about my poster are the credits, as they are not my own, and using your own credits would have made it more personalized. For my magazine, the front cover of it was loosely based on the Empire Film Magazine. My main image follows the conventions of a normal magazine front cover, with the models being in the center of the magazine. For the models, I used different images for each of them so that it would be easier to edit. My masthead follows conventions as it is at the top of the magazine, which is where it usually is. Moreover, I have subheadings at the sides so that they don't cover the main image, so that the viewer can see the main image clearly. My color scheme for this slightly matches my poster with black and red. However, I've also used white, as white is also like a neutral color. And considering that they both contain the same colors, it triggers continuity.
Also, I conform to the normal conventions by placing my title at the bottom for my poster. I decided to have the word last in red to emphasize the word and make it stand out for the audience to interpret as they would.